Hello everybody, this is Fictional Fights, and we're going to be starting this off big since we're going to be going Superman versus Goku. Now, just like almost everybody that's ever been interested in one of these types of battles, I actually watched the death battle, and there was a lot of problems. For me, the first couple were that there's a lot of a lot of things they calculated, a lot of numbers they put together, but there was a lot of things like when they talked about Goku's speed based on how fast he got to the Dragon's Way, for instance. There's a lot of things like they were calculating things that were never supposed to be calculated. Like let's calculate, see this stone, we'll measure it, and then say how fast. I mean, no one ever intended you to calculate that. So really, you're just they pretty much just made a bunch of things up. Really, all you can do in this battle is to just look at the feats and that's it. I mean, the whole calculations and putting numbers together and all this crap, I mean, they're just calculating things that were never intended to be calculated in the first place. So these numbers don't matter. Another thing too is when they use Superman, they used a lot of feats from other Supermans. They used a lot of different versions. Like at one point, they talked about Superman's strength, and then they were because this is supposed to be regular Superman versus Goku, and they were using feats from All Star Superman, which is a whole different Superman. So in this battle, we're just gonna be using regular Superman versus End of Dragon Ball Z Goku. Like nothing. There's, I mean, it wouldn't be fair to use every single version of Superman when there's only one Goku. Like there's only one Goku, and there's a whole different, all kinds of. There's different parallel universes Supermans, and there's also different versions. Like every time a different writer picks up Superman, it tends to be like a different version. Like for instance, when Superman was using that whole kryptonite martial arts, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when he fights most people, he's just throwing left or right hooks at the end of the day. So in this battle, he has no martial arts because I've never really ever seen him use it. Maybe sometimes he uses it, but I've never really seen him use it. Most of the time, he's just throwing punches, just like every other super strength guy. So and then, okay, so let's start this. We're gonna start off on 5 different scales. We're gonna start on fighting skills. Now, when it comes to fighting skills, everybody thinks Goku really has the advantage because he's the martial art guy, right? But the thing is when he trained with Master Roshi actually never trained him or Krillin in martial arts at all. All he did was he pretty much put them through an insane amount of strength and conditioning program, and at the end of it, they just became so fast and so strong that they didn't even need to know how to fight. Now, the thing with Goku is over the course of the show, I'm sure he picked up some skills. Obviously, he picked up a lot of skills. But at the same time, he was never officially ever trained in martial arts. He was taught a lot of skill. I mean, really, if anything, he taught himself. And he did learn a lot of moves. Well, he actually taught himself Kamehameha. He did learn some moves like instant transmission, Kaioken, Spirit Bomb, things like that. But he was never officially trained in martial arts at all. And then of course with Superman, he rarely ever uses it. If he does have it, he rarely uses it. I don't know why he would use this now. Whenever we see him in most comics and in almost anything, he's just throwing punches. So in this battle, because he never really uses it, I'm just gonna say he doesn't use it. So in this battle, I'm gonna say they're pretty much even in fighting skills because Goku's never really been trained in it, and Superman, we rarely ever see him use any form of martial arts. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about strength. Now strength is also very very important in this battle since most of it's gonna be would be hand to hand. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, we see Super Saiyan 2 Goku is strong enough uh, to, I would like to say it was a mountain he was pushing. So we're just going to say he's strong enough to be able to, um, I guess, lift a mountain. And with Superman, though, we've seen different incarnations of him, like Superboy Prime, for instance, literally straight up pushing a planet. Um, and then on occasion, Superman has been said to be strong enough to destroy a planet if he really wanted to, with his physical strength, of course. So in this battle, when it comes to strength, even though Goku is I would like to say mountain level at Super Saiyan 2, we're gonna say that Superman is far stronger. There's no way that Super Saiyan 3 um, is going to increase Goku's strength so much to the point where he's able to push a planet physically. So we're going to give the strength to Superman. Now, another very important thing that's very, very critical in this battle is agility. Now, when I mean agility, I mean like how fast like you can dodge like a punch, like pretty much reaction time, like small bursts of speed. Um, and it's very important because when it comes to you know what, we're going to talk about agility and speed because in this battle, um, Superman has been said to be able to break the speed of light. If he was able to fly as fast as he can break the light barrier just barely. But the thing is when it comes to agility, Goku is. I mean, I'm just gonna be throwing some numbers out here. I think he's maybe like 1,000 to 1,000,000 times faster, mainly because at the in Dragon Ball, he was said to him and Piccolo were moving at lightning speed, and at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo created a move called the Special Beam Cannon, which in Japanese is called um, the Light of Death or something like that. And pretty much in Dragon Ball they were able to move at light, and because Piccolo was getting ready to fight Goku the next time, he wanted to create a move that would be able to beat him, which would obviously be the speed of light is faster than lightning speed. So it makes sense. Plus, the name of it is called Light of Death. And when he fired the special beam cannon at Raditz, Raditz was able to, using agility, reaction speed, whatever you want to call it, was able to dodge it. Now, I'm not saying that at the beginning of Z they were fast enough to be able to, like, if you were to fire light, would Raditz be able to outrun it in a race? No, he wouldn't be able to. But when it came down to agility and reaction speed, he was able to move out of the way of the speed of light. Now, that shows you right there when it comes down to the agility. At the beginning of Z, they were fast enough to dodge light attacks, which pretty much throws out any chance of Superman hitting a heat vision attack. Um, but yeah, I don't see, because I mean we're talking about the end of Z now. End of Z, I mean, how much stronger is Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the end of Z? And we're talking, um, yeah, at the end of Z, Goku is so strong that he's able to fight pretty much Kid Buu at Saiyan. So his Saiyan form is as strong as the Super Saiyan 3 form. And I mean, how strong is that compared to Raditz? I mean, he's so much stronger and faster. So I mean, I really in this battle, I don't see Superman landing one punch at all. I don't see him landing anything. So really, I mean, if Superman were to able to land an all-out punch, he would either do a lot of damage or possibly even kill Goku. But I don't see him one-shotting him no matter what. But mainly because Goku can use his ki to kind of as like a force field when he was blocking Trunks' sword attacks. So I don't see. I see his actual power stronger than Superman's strength, so he wouldn't be able to do that. But even if he did, he wouldn't be able to kill him. But he shouldn't be able to land a single punch in this fight. Goku's strong enough to be able to do damage to Superman. Maybe he won't be able to take him out in one punch or anything. Um, but really, the way he would take him out would be with his key attacks. And that is because although Superman is strong enough to physically actually destroy a planet with his bare fist, Goku is able to destroy planets because by the end of the Frieza saga, destroy planets, end of Cell saga, destroy solar systems because Cell said so, which meant that the creator said so. And at the end of Z, he was pretty much a galaxy destroyer. Now, when we talk about that, I don't mean like they fire one blast and it just destroys everything. It's just kind of like, or maybe it is. I think it is. But either way, there's no way. I mean, everyone likes to throw out, especially the Death Battle, they like to throw out that whole Infinity Mass punch, which they just created that because I have that comic book of him doing that, and no one ever. There was no Infinity Mass punch. All it was Superman flying just under the speed of light to increase his mass, and he just flew into like a moon pretty much. This giant attack. All that was him flying into the moon and it blew up and Superman got knocked out in the process. So it took everything Superman had to destroy this moon and he got knocked out. And we're talking Master Roshi and Dragon Ball had the power to destroy moons. So we're talking if Master Roshi were to fire that Kamehameha and hit Superman, Superman should get knocked out because I mean whether you run at full speed into something or something runs full speed into you, it's the same thing. So really, I really don't know how Death Battle had that whole thing going. I'm not, just so you guys know, we're just using N to Z. There's no Super Saiyan 4, none of that. Really, to be honest, I can even argue that regular Goku from Frieza Saga, I mean, really, regular Goku from Frieza Saga would be probably the most even fight with Superman because he's just too fast, too powerful. Um, so yeah, pretty much Goku beats Superman on almost every level um, on speed. Pretty much, he's a lot faster. Agility, most important thing, Goku wins. Strength, Superman does win, but what's the point in being stronger if you can't land a single shot? In power, obviously, Goku, he can destroy solar systems, um, probably even galaxies by the end of Z. Fighting skills, they are even, but because Goku's so much faster, um, it's just going to take complete advantage. Plus, he has instant transmission. There's really nothing Superman can do. I mean, he is invulnerable, and it would take Goku a while to take him out because of that. But the minute Goku was able, if the minute he's able to land an actual attack, like a full power Kamehameha or something like that, I mean, Superman's never been hit by anything like that before. I don't know if he'd get disintegrated, but he'd definitely get knocked out. So that's how this battle would end. It would be Superman trying to land a hit, not being able to do it. Goku being able to land a lot of shots, and eventually he would land a big power blast, probably Kamehameha. He can even just do instant transmission one to his face. I mean, there's so many ways he can take him out. And eventually Goku wins because there's nothing Superman he cannot touch him because, I mean, we're talking Raditz is at the speed of light in agility. And at the end of Z, I mean, Goku is far, 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 far faster than that. There's no way. And then Superman at his best, flying as fast as he can in one direction, can just barely break the speed of light. I mean, there's nothing he can do. There's no way he can touch him. So in this battle, N to Z Goku easily wins. Easily. I don't care what that battle says. If they want all their fake calculations, whatever. But Goku easily wins this battle.